You only get to exit your business once, and it's the single biggest, most important financial decision that you'll ever make for your business, but also for your family's financial future. So in today's video, I want to talk about what we've covered the last 2 months, which is the overview of the exit planning process. So in the last 7 videos, I've talked about each step of a solid exit plan. And today's video, I want to bring it all together and give you a much better idea of the high-level overview of how this works and why it's so important and why it's so essential. Hi there, my name is Ashley Michike. I'm the CEO of True North Retirement Advisors, where we specialize in exit planning for business owners. When I started True North Retirement Advisors with my dad, I was incredibly excited. We had worked at big firms together for 10 years, and for the first time, he and I were going to become entrepreneurs and business owners. It's sort of this train that leaves the station, and that train is not going to stop for a variety of reasons. So about a year into this, I found out that I was pregnant. And so I ended up having my son when about 3.5 months prior to our launch, and there wasn't a whole lot I could do. But it was a very stressful time having a newborn and launching a business at the same time. We had a couple of curveballs thrown at us early on, and I remember feeling very discouraged about 2 weeks in. And I was so discouraged, I thought, I have just made this huge mistake. You know, what have I done? And I think, you know, for a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, you have these highs and you have these lows, and if you're a successful entrepreneur, you know, going back to the train, you know how to get the train out of the station, and it starts moving along the tracks, and it gains some steam, and it, you know, moves along, and pretty soon it's like this runaway train. But we don't know how to get off the train, and that's scary. So the exit planning process really addresses, okay, we have this successful business, we have this train, it's a high-speed train, it might be a runaway train. Now we want to get off. What do we need to do? What are the steps we need to take to get off the train? I've spent the last couple of months talking about each of the stages of the exit planning process, and today we're going to bring it all together, and I'm going to talk about the process as a whole and how all these pieces fit together. We've got value your business, establish your timeline and your goals, discover your gap, create the exit plan, and then we close the gap and prepare to exit. So these are where we create the plan, and then we put the plan into action. So that's an overview of the entire process. And depending on who you're selling your business to, this could take years, it could take months. Ideally, you would start planning for the exit of your business about 5 to 10 years prior to when you actually want to fully transition out. One of the things that's a little different about our process at True North is we actually value the business first. And I've explained this numerous times in previous videos about why this is so important. Basically, the valuation kind of functions as your starting point on your GPS. So if I want to go somewhere from where I am, and I want turn-by-turn directions, I have to tell my GPS where I'm starting from, what's my starting location, and that's what the business valuation does. We have to know what the business is worth today because it influences so many other things that we do down the road. One of the reasons why most business owners do not know what their business is worth is because of a lot of misconceptions and myths. It's expensive, you know, it's time consuming, it's disruptive to my business. If you go back to previous videos, I actually show you that with 8 pieces of information, you can value your business and get a very good ballpark estimate of value in 5 minutes. We develop, you know, a timeline and objectives for the exit. So this involves, you know, how much longer do you want to be involved in the business? Who is best suited to take over after you exit? Are there family considerations? So we really want to understand your drive for what your timeline looks like, what your goals are, who you want to take over, and then what you want the business to look like after you exit? You know, most business owners, they want to see their business continue. They don't want to just shut the doors and leave and close up one day. And whoever they choose as their successor, they want that person to be successful. We don't want to set them up for failure. This is where the real deep work begins, because we have to take all those goals, all those objectives, all of the business value and the personal assets, and bring that all together into the actual plan. What are we going to do to ensure a successful exit? When are we going to do it? What things can we sort of discard and set aside? And what things do we need to focus on? Do we need to set up a non-qualified deferred compensation plan? Do we need to review employment agreements and have, you know, employees sign maybe new agreements, non-competes or things like that? So and tax considerations. Tax considerations are huge. So the exit plan, the actual living, breathing document of the exit plan, addresses all of these elements, and then it prioritizes them. I'll leave you with this. Back in 2009, my husband and I bought our first house, and it was a stretch for us financially to buy a house, and we were pretty young, and when it came time to clean our gutters that fall, we decided instead of hiring someone, we were going to do it ourselves. He bends over to move this planter out of the way so we can put the ladder there and get back up on the ladder to keep cleaning the gutters, and he's doing this and he throws out his back. I do what any caring, loving wife would do. I let him lay there while I got up on the ladder and finished cleaning the gutters. What's the moral of this story? Sometimes you need to hire an expert. Had we hired an expert to clean our gutters, my husband wouldn't have thrown out his back, and I wouldn't have been an uncaring wife who just went about her business cleaning the rest of the gutters. He ended up sitting on the couch mostly for a couple of weeks and was in agonizing pain for several weeks. And it was just a real bad situation, all because we wanted to save a little bit of money and not hire someone to clean out our gutters for us. What's my point? Well, my point is that you only exit your business once. It's the most important business deal that you'll ever make, and it has ramifications for 20, 30 plus years. I don't care whether you hire me or you hire somebody else. Don't do this alone. Hire somebody who's experienced, who understands how to guide business owners through the exit of their business successfully. The first step is really understanding what your business is worth. And what we've done is we've made a free tool available to you with 8 pieces of information. In 5 minutes, you can find out what your business is worth. Just go to truenorthra.com/value-my-business. You'll get your free checklist, access, unlimited lifetime access to the valuation tool. So whether you do your valuation today, if you want to update it in a year or 2 years, your business changes, we have to update your valuation. It's free with no strings attached. So go to truenorthra.com/value-my-business to get started on the successful exit from your business today. My name is Ashley Michike. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have a question about valuing your business, chances are somebody else does too. So you can benefit everyone else who watches this video by asking a question in the comments section below. I'll be sure to respond to those. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day.